Let's go. I wake up to a little bit of drool on my pillow, feel like it's gonna be a bad day. Yeah, I'm tired of shit, and the coffee ain't hit yet. Damn, ain't that great. I don't wanna go to work, cause my boss is a jerk, and I'm not even that paid. I need a change in my life, cause I don't feel alive, and there's nothing that makes me happy. Oh. Hold my beer for a minute. I'm about to quit my job, cash in for a ticket. I'm going on a trip and I don't plan to visit. I'm gonna stay there till I feel like I'm winning. Oh, and this is just the beginning. I need a big change, help me feel like living. I need a big swing, home runs I'm hitting, and I'll never look back. Moving on till I get it all. And we all got dreams. We all want things. But what you gonna do for it? How you gonna move for it? What you gonna be? And do you believe you can do anything? But what you gonna do for it? How you gonna move for it? What you gonna be? Yeah, this is my life, my strife, my right to fight, to die, and this is my game to play, to claim a brand new name, oh. And I ain't gonna lie to you, I'm a bit nervous that I might screw everything up that I've ever done. But what's the point of living if you ain't having fun? I guess I'll try this, try that, might miss, gotta find what I'm good at. I guess I'll look here, look there, over where am I scared, where am I at? I gotta make it in this life. Whatever makes me happy, know I'm doing things right. Sipping in the summer on a goose and Sprite, or find a nightclub for the end of the night. Oh, and we all got dreams. We all want things. But what you gonna do for it? How you gonna move for it?
Are you ready for the best damn NFL show on the planet? Man Hour Nation, rise up.
Yeah, yeah, hey. Hitting that gridiron, we going hard, we running the plays. You know the vibe, only the strong survive. Gotta keep your head in the game. Talking NFL, uncut, straight raw, steady bringing that sauce. We about to take off, get it hype. This man, our sport talk. Yeah, yeah, from the quarterback to the lineman, everybody bringing heat. You don't really wanna try them. Hey, hey, who gon' win? It's a battle of the giants. This show is the bias. Nobody can deny it. This is Man Hour. Sport Talk. Man Hour. Sport Talk. What team you reppin'? We keep it interesting. Who caught another down? Who got that interception? This is Man Hour. Sport Talk. Man Hour.
That's not what I wanted.
What team you reppin'? We keep it interesting. Who caught another down? Who got that interception?
Let's go. What is up, Man Hour Nation, guys? Michael Buckhouse here with you today. I'm so glad you welcomed Man Hour NFL Talk, your go-to spot for live, raw, uncut NFL talk. I'm so glad you're rolling with us today. Before we jump into today's action, guys, head over to manhourradio.com. Let's be finding exclusive merchandise, the fresh blogs, and everything that's happening with the Man Hour show. If you're rocking the Man Hour, guys, that is a spot to do it. Make sure you hit the like button, hit the share button, of course, subscribe as well. You mentioned never miss a live interactive show. That's the easiest way to stay plugged into us. But if you want the full Man Hour experience, guys, become a Big Skin Pundit. There's our members only community. Get free entry into the weekly NFL pick'ems. You get exclusive giveaways, exclusive merchandise, of course, bonus live streams that only the Pigs and Buttons get. So if you want that next level access, guys, join the squad today. And remember, guys, this is a live interactive show, so comment down below. Keep the hottest of the takes coming, and talk your shit. But then, guys, we do got a great show for you lined up today. I am kind of shooting from the hip a little bit because we just got back from basketball practice, but I mean, bada boom. We're still over here on the old laptop, but you know what? It is what it is. But guys, let's go ahead and start there right off at the top, and let's talk about the one and only Indianapolis Colts. Guys, Sauce Gardner got traded to the Indianapolis Colts yesterday. And Colts fans, you finally got your splash. Sauce Gardner, a premier corner, a guy who signed a $120 million extension this offseason, bada bing, bada boom, traded Out of nowhere. No rumors, no smokes, just a big boom. Gone out of New York. Welcome to Indianapolis. And a move like this doesn't happen in the NFL. Guys, let's just be honest. Young superstars recently extended are supposed franchise cornerstones, and the Jets has shipped him out of town before the Eagles even dried on the contract. Why? Because of the deal looked massive. But the signing bonus was bitty. Only about $13.7 million. So most of those were real guarantees, were in future roster and option bonuses. So guess who inherits the bills? The Indianapolis Colts inherit that bill. Financially, it is a win for both sides. Jets only eat up a small cap hit, and the Colts get a top 10 corner at $26 million a year over the next 5 seasons. And guess what, guys? He is elite. They will rework it. Let's just not get it twisted on the contract. But if he falls out, they can get out scotch clean. And let's just be clear about this, guys. Sauce Gardner did not force his way out. This was a blindsider for him as well. This is business, and this is as cold as it gets. But then you got to ask the question, guys. What did the Colts get out of this deal? What did the Indianapolis Colts finally get out of this deal? And truth be told, guys, Sauce Gardner is one of the most talented coverage players on this earth. Yes, he has had his worst season statistically so far. Completion percentage allowed way above expectations. Passer rating when targeted is above 118. And he's been grabby. He gets flags a lot this season, but the ball hasn't bounced his way so far this season. But here's the thing. He still forces tight windows at an elite rate. His instincts, his length, his ball skills, they are top tier. And you put him in the loose system, more zones, designs, trapped, using his eyes instead of a pure man-to-man island work, it fits him perfectly. This is the best corner that Lou has ever coached. One side of the field, erased. That's coverage, defense of math. It changes the whole landscape of the Indianapolis Colts. But guys, let's be truth. Let's be real about the Indianapolis Colts, because I know the question is coming, and honestly, guys, let's get into it. Are the Indianapolis Colts a Super Bowl team? Listen, guys, getting Sauce Gardner in Indianapolis is amazing. A lockdown corner, a culture guy, a competitive, but we can stop pretending that the Colts are some dominant juggernaut. Guys, the Indianapolis Colts have been overhyped all year long. Yes, they have 7 wins, but look who their wins have come against. The Miami Dolphins, a bottom-tier team. The Denver Broncos won because of a flag. And at the time, the Broncos weren't exactly on top of the world, setting the world on fire. They were a sinking ship, matter of fact. And the Titans, let's just be real, who hasn't beaten the Indianapolis Tennessee Titans? And then they beat the Raiders, the Cardinals, and the Chargers, another sinking ship, and then they beat the Tennessee Titans yet again. Not one win makes you say, wow. Guys, this is not a murderous row. This is not a resume that screams contender. This is a resume that screams mediocrity. When they finally had a chance to shut everyone up versus the LA Rams, they coughed it up. Literally, they coughed it up on the 1-yard line. Then what happened? They got punched in the mouth by Pittsburgh, and they laid down like a $2 whore. Great teams do not disappear in those moments. Guys, honestly, the Colts with Sauce Gardner helps, absolutely. Sauce Gardner helps the Colts, absolutely. He immediately upgrades that defense, fixes some coverage issues, let Lou move bodies around like patch holes. Guys, but the Colts still have a problem. They have no proven second corner while Ward is out. Linebackers suspect in coverage. Offense has been inconsistent the last few weeks, and they haven't put in a beat on elite teams yet. They haven't showed poise in big moments either. Right now, they're a good football team. They're not a great one. They're a good one. Sauce doesn't fix maturity. He doesn't fix late game execution. He doesn't magically turn close week by wins into a dominant football team. He does give them a chance. A ring chase shot. The ceiling has been raised a little bit, but they still have to prove it. So, guys, are the Indianapolis Colts a Super Bowl team after getting Sauce Gardner? That is the question that we all got to ask. That is the question that is out there in Man Hour Nation today. Are they improved? Yes. Are they more dangerous? Potentially. Do they have scarier matchups? Sure. But Super Bowl, that badge has not been earned, not traded for, and right now, guys, Indianapolis has a lot to prove. So, Man Hour Nation, let me ask you this question. Do you think Sauce Gardner makes the Colts real contenders, or are they still pretending, living off of hypes of weak-ass wins? Guys, subscribe, hit the like button. Remember, we're live Monday through Friday at 9 p.m. East Coast time. With that being said, guys, the Indianapolis Colts are highly, highly overrated. It is what it is at the end of the day. But speaking of the end of the day, Breece Hall is pissed off. Breece Hall is highly, highly upset. Breece Hall arguably might be the most pissed off person that did not get traded that I've ever met. Guys, we need to talk about the New York Football Giants and their decision not to trade Breece Hall. The Jets just shipped out Sauce Gardner, Quentin Williams. They collected 3 first-round picks and a second and a young talent. This is a rebuild. Let's just be honest about it. That is a team waving the flag on the present and investing it in the future. Yet their GM stands in front of the microphones and says, Breece Hall is a part of our future and he's going to help us win games this season. Pause. Hold a freaking minute. Why are the Jets trying to win games this season? What are we doing here, New York? You are 1-7. You are stripped down. You have a mother load of picks over the next few years. Tank. Embrace the tragedy. Secure the fuel that you need to rise again. The real win here is for the New York Football Jets to get the number 1 overall pick in 2026. Not 3 meaningless wins in December and finish 4-13 to ruin their draft slot. And the messaging? We're competing. The goal is to win. No, the goal is to the goal is to win championships. Winning this season does absolutely nothing but expect you to push you back into quarterback parity for the next few seasons. Fans don't want to see moral victories in New York. They want a reset. They want a real franchise quarterback, and they want an identity. They do not want to compete this season. This Jets GM has said it wasn't a teardown after sending Sauce Gardner and Quentin Williams on opposing teams. He literally said trading to all pros wasn't a teardown. He says Hall will help them compete and win games for the rest of the season. Meanwhile, their roster objectively got worse. They moved cornerstone pieces, they embrace future capital, and then pretend they're still trying to win now? Come on, New York. You can't be halfway pregnant with a rebuild. Pick a lane, baby! The Jets front office made the right moves trading for star picks. But keeping Breece Hall was just a grinded out, pointless wins to sell hope. It's short-sighted. Let Hall go to a contender. Let him play meaningful football. Build around the future, not this illusion of the present. Guys, the Jets should be polishing the deck rails. They should be steering the ship toward Caleb Williams or Drake May or whoever's the next size franchise quarterback savior that there is. You've already committed to the future. Lean into it, because pretending you're still fighting for the season only delays the inevitable. Guys, the Jets should have traded Breece Hall. Lean completely into the rebuild and secure maximum draft capital and accelerate this reset. Half-measure sabotage long-term success. But let me ask you guys this question, Man Hour Nation. Should the Jets have traded Breece Hall and gone full rebuild mode instead of trying to win meaningful game this season? Guys, subscribe, hit the like button, and remember, we are live Monday through Friday at 9 p.m. East Coast time right here at youtube.com/manhour. But there is a Thursday night game that we need to talk about. The Denver Broncos on top of the AFC West taking on the debasement, the Las Vegas Raiders. Guys, Thursday night preview time is here on the book. Raiders, Broncos, a rivalry game, a prove-it moment on a national stage with the legitimacies Denver's rise and expose them as pretenders. Guys, the Denver Broncos right now are sitting at 7-2, atop of the AFC West, riding a 6-game winning streak. Sean Payton has his team believing, he has the fans believing, and Denver feels like they're back on track after last year's reset. And let's just be honest, If you want the NFL world fully behind you, if you want the hype train to be uncomfortably undeniable, you cannot just beat the Raiders on Thursday Night Football if you're a Denver Broncos fan. You have to dominate the Las Vegas Raiders on Thursday Night Football. You got to handle business. You got to send a message. Meanwhile, the Las Vegas Raiders, sitting at 2-6, they've won once since week 1. They started off undefeated, and now they're 2-6. They're coming off an emotional overtime loss to the Jacksonville Jaguars, but they have one thing that suddenly feels like a game changer. Brock Bowers is finally healthy again. And when he's right, he is a nightmare. When he is 100%, he is arguably a top tight end in the NFL. Not a top 5, not a top 4, the best tight end in the NFL. Put some respect on the man's name. If the Raiders are going to shock Denver, it starts and likely ends with Brock Bowers. But guys, let's break down the Denver Broncos taking on the Las Vegas Raiders on Thursday Night Football. Now, Denver has been living on the edge. They've been living on the edge, and they've been tiptoeing 4 one-score games, score wins during this winning streak. Almost half of their scoring comes in the fourth quarter, and while it works, you don't want to rely on late-game heroics forever, as the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Bo Nix, 20-plus touchdowns already, but his splits are wild. The first 3 quarters of his, so far this 25 NFL season, 5.8 yards per attempt. Just okay efficiency, a little sloppy. Fourth quarter, he turns into a closer. 105 quarterback rating, clutch gene activated. But that's it. But this right here, guys, is the moment he has to flip the script. Home crowd, primetime lights, a struggling Raiders defense. Denver needs to punch first and not react. The Denver Broncos need to punch the Las Vegas Raiders in the mouth over and over and over again. If you are a real contender, you don't want to mess around here. You got to put the foot in the divisional rivalry on the neck early and never let them breathe. However, Brock Bowers is a problem. Brock Bowers just reminded everybody last week of who he is, baby. 12 catches, 127 yards, and 3 touchdowns, and a run just for good measure, just because he's Brock freaking Bowers, baby. Now, that changes everything for Las Vegas. Geno Smith looked like an actual quarterback again because of Brock Bowers' demanded attention. And while Jacoby Myers is now gone, the focus tightens up even more. This offense runs through the second-year player, Brock Bowers. And when he's in, this offense jumps over 120 yards per game. That's not hype. That is pure impact. Even if the Raiders aren't winning, Brock Bowers gives them a puncher chance. Denver's linebackers and safeties cannot let him dictate this game. They need to finish him early and often. Now, this is the big storyline for this game. Is the Denver Broncos defense and no Patrick Surtain II. Patrick Surtain II being out changes the blueprint. Last week versus Houston, Denver went from playing man 44% of the time to just 28%. Why? Because no Patrick Surtain means you cannot live on islands. Patrick Surtain is arguably one of the best lockdown corners in the NFL. Zone worked versus the Texans, but here's the issue. Brock Bowers eats zones alive. 8 catches on 9 targets last week in zone. You go, man, he scored 3 touchdowns. Denver has the league best pass rush, 40 sacks so far this season. Stingy, points allowed, stingy, yards allowed, so pressure is an X factor. Make Geno Smith or Aiden O'Connell, whoever decides to be the quarterback this week, get the ball out fast. Don't let Brock Bowers get loose in open spaces and force the Vegas to win left-handed, meaning throw the ball. Guys, Denver is in rare territory right now. They're in top of the division. Winners of 6 straight, playing meaningful football in November. The last time they were this hot, 2015, when they finished the season holding up the Lombardi. But great teams don't sneak by bad ones. They slam the door shut. They make statements. If the Broncos want national respect on Thursday Night Football, this is the night they have to flex the muscle. Handle your business. Don't let the rebuilding Raiders squad hang around. And if the Raiders want to be spoiler, it's Brock Bowers or bust. Simple as that. Guys, if the Denver Broncos want the league's belief, They must dominate the Raiders and control this game from kickoff, not another fourth quarter escape. But Man Hour Nation, do you guys think the Denver Broncos win this game comfortably, or does Brock Bowers turn Thursday night into chaos and get the dub? Guys, subscribe, hit the like button, and remember, we're live Monday through Friday at 9 p.m. East Coast time. But there's another story out there that is kind of making me scratch my head a little bit. Guys, we need to talk about Tom Brady. Not Tom Brady, the quarterback, not the GOAT debate, not his Netflix roast, but Tom Brady, the dog cloner. Yeah, you guys, you heard that right. Tom Brady announced that his current dog is a clone of his old dog. He partnered with biotech company to literally recreate his pet through gene editing and clone technology. And look, I get loving your dog. My dogs are my family. McGraw and Birdie are my right-hand man. Matter of fact, Birdie is right here, laying at my feet, because she is my right-hand man. Losing one hurts, but this is crossing the line. This has crossed the line. Nothing in this world should be cloned, period. Life is not a save file. There is no respawn button for nature. We're not supposed to live in the world where you can swipe your credit card and copy a living being because you miss it. There is something scarce about life and about loss. Part of what makes loving a dog so special is knowing that you don't get it forever. It's loyalty, it's memory, and it's moment. It's not a science project. Now look, Brady cloned his pit bull mix Junie from his late dog Lube just before she passed. He says it was the non-invasive, just a blood draw. He worked with Carlsall Bioscientists, a company that literally says it wants to fix extinction. The same group this is the same group claiming they cloned a dire wolf pups. This isn't about a football player loving a dog. This is about $1 billion biotech using celebrity power to normalize cloning. And the second we start thinking it's cute, it's heartwarming, or innovative, we lose our grip on humanity. Guys, we're cool. If it were cool cloning pets, what's the next step? Designer pets? Designer people? Build-A-Bear, but for the loving things? No, hard stop. Listen, loss hurts. Losing somebody hurts, but that's life. But you don't get to cheat grief by manufacturing a duplicate. You honor it. You remember it. You move forward with love, not a lab-grown Algesia. Just because science can do something just because it means it shouldn't. We've seen this movies before. We've heard warnings from the geneticists and the philosophers and Arnold Schwarzenegger. And now we're watching celebrities treated like it's no different than replacing a broken phone. Guys, this is not normal. Tom Brady cloning his dog is not cute. It's not inspiring. It's dangerous territory, and nothing in this world, pets, people, animals, should be cloned. Loss is a part of life, and once we start trying to erase that, we lose what makes life meaningful. So guys, Man Hour Nation, guys, let me ask you this question. Would you ever clone a dog or a pet? Or do you think it crosses the moral line? Guys, subscribe, hit the like, remember live Monday through Friday, 9 p.m. East Coast time, right here on youtube.com/Man Hour. Now, this is a live interactive show, so comment down below. Do you want to clone your pet? Wes says this is the same doctors that discovered COVID. Whoa, let's not get crazy now, baby. The minute I said COVID, you know the stream's going to get shut down, guys. That is just the way it is. Once we said COVID, bada bing, bada boom, it gets shut down. Old Man River says the world is not normal. This is crossing the line. Old Man River, I understand you just lost a very, very dear friend of yours. You lost your best man, your BFF. You lost your puppers to cancer. Now, how could you legitimately pull blood out of that dog and say, hey, make me a new one just like him? Like, damn it, go to the freaking animal shelter and go get a dog. Now, when my dog Birdie dies, which if she keeps doing what she's doing, she's going to live a very, very short life. She's just being crazy at this particular point. She's just a crazy, crazy dog. She's jumping and she's hyper and she's been hunting raccoons and possums. One time it's going to get her. I am not going to clone this dog. You cannot do that. You cannot do that, baby. But guys, I am working off of my laptop right now, and I understand like some of the music has been bad. It sounds good in my ears, but guys, can you hear this bass? Can you hear the boom, 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 boom? Does that sound good? Let me know. Does it sound good or not? Because right now, guys, it is time for a little thing we like to call cold, hard facts. Now, I do not have the overlay for cold, hard facts because I'm kind of shooting from the hips, pow, 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 pow. But guys, right now it's time for cold, hard facts, and you have not seen this segment before. This is how it works. I'm going to lay down some straight facts. No fluff, no sugarcoating, just real, undeniable truth, and that's what's going on in the NFL world. When we're talking about the cold, hard facts, guys, we cut through all the noise, going through what's true, what's happening, and what's real. No room for debate here. It's up for the facts. It's taken to the bank. So, guys, buckle up because we're about to drop some knowledge because this is cold, hard facts. All right, guys, so the first cold, hard facts of the day. Cold, hard facts time. No fluff, no feelings, just flat out truth. And guys, the cold, hard fact of tonight, the New England Patriots are simply overrated. The New England Patriots are overrated and overhyped, and they're going to be a one and done in the playoffs. Let's shut down the hype machine right now because they are overrated, baby. Now, guys, let's just be honest. Can we stop crowning this team, meaning the New England Patriots? Yes, I get it. They're 7-2. Yes, I get it. They lead the AFC East. But what have they really done? Outside wins over the Buffalo Bills, who have they beaten? Who have they really proven themselves against? They beat who they're supposed to be. Congratulations, that's cute. That gets you a participation trophy and a one and done in the playoffs. And people are acting like this team has an inevitable force rolling down towards February. Newsflash, they've been gifted the easiest NFL schedule ever. Look what's coming. An injured Bucs team on Sunday football. Then they play the New York Jets, trash. Then they play the Cincinnati Bengals, more trash. Then they play the New York Football Giants, trash. And guess what? They play the Jets again, even more trash. And guess what? They play the Miami Dolphins. Woo, baby, they're the worst. Those are the best teams in the NFL. Stop it. Guys, that's not a gauntlet. That is a vacation itinerary. They're going to walk into the postseason with a shining record. Chest puffed out, taking like third the next dynasty. And then they're going to get smacked right back down to reality when a playoff football team shows up, just like the Lions and the Vikings did last season. Even the NFL analysts expect them to make a move at the deadline to get a legit weapon, go in with Drake May and on his rookie deal and take advantage of the window. But guess what? They stood still. They got complacent. Mike Vrabel sat back and said, we're good enough, baby. We're 7-2. Well, guess what? Good enough in November does not win wings in February. They needed offensive firepower. They needed a true difference maker. Instead, they rolled the dice on the depth, role players, and fringe starters. You're not going to beat the Kansas City Chiefs. You're not going to beat the Baltimore Ravens. You're not going to beat the Chargers, the Broncos, the Steelers. And if you want to go toe-to-toe in the AFC playoff picture, like without speed, separation, and explosive threats, they're not going to close that with like any guys. This is going to cost them. So, guys, let's call it what it is. The Patriots will make the playoffs. The Patriots will look good on paper. The Patriots will sell hope. And then the second they face the real contenders, lights out, season over, one and done. As a cold hard fact is simple. The New England Patriots are overrated and overhyped. But guys, do you agree that the Patriots are pretenders who will get bounced out immediately in the AFC playoffs? Or are you buying the hype? Guys, let's get into the comments and discuss your thoughts. Subscribe, hit the like button. Remember, we're live Monday through Friday, 9 p.m. East Coast time right here, youtube.com/man-hour. Now, this is a live interactive show, so comment down below. Old Man River says, I've been saying this all season long. He says the New England Patriots have been overhyped all season long. Old Man River, my man's a pig simp on it.
Pigskin pun.
Give him some love, guys. Be like Old Man River. Hit the membership tab down below. As little as $4.99 a month, you get free entry to NFL pick'ems, giveaways, hoodies, all that kind of stuff. He says the Patriots suck. They do, baby. They just not very good. Very, very good. Wes says Birdie is awesome, but she's wild. Listen, my dog is wild. She needs a job. She needs to go hunt some damn birds. Old Man River says second half of the season going to make them a 500 team. Old Man River, did you not see who they played the second half of this season? They played the Jets twice. They played the Dolphins. They played the Giants. They played the Bengals. Right there's 5 wins. And 7 plus 5 without that. Too good was that. That is a 12-win team. That is a 12-win team. The New England Patriots could very well get the #1 overall seed in the AFC playoffs, and they're going to be a one and done. Just like the Detroit Lions last season, just like the Minnesota Vikings last season as well. And I'm going to sit here and I'm going to say, I told you so. And when the New England Patriots fans start to come in at my throat, just shut up. Shut up and know your role, jabronis. Overrated, overhyped. Maximus says, I can't find a way to call them overrated with the record and the MVP Drake May on their team. We can't say they can beat great teams because they have this season. They got a great team to do it. Now, Maximus, I just talked about the Indianapolis Colts being kind of overrated as well. Indianapolis Colts can probably be a one and done as well. Just because you are a 7-2 team, just because you're going to be a 12-5 team, just because you got the #1 overall seed in the playoffs does not mean you're freaking good. Just because you're playing easy-ass opponents and thinking, oh, we're a winning team. How can we play teams our size? Numbers. Shut up. Shut up. What matters at the end of the day is winning a freaking playoff game. What matters at the end of the day is the hardware on your hand. What matters at the end of the day is hosting up that trophy saying, I did it. I don't care if I'm 17-0 or I don't care if I'm 5-12. As long as I'm winning playoff games and lifting hardware at the end, then you cannot call me overrated. But I can call you overrated right now, like the Indianapolis Colts, like the New England Patriots, like potentially the Denver Broncos. Because you play easy-ass teams, you get a nice fluffy record, and then bada bing, bada boom, like what? What? Wes says, I got the ducks you can go retrieve. Let's train her how to hunt some ducks. She needs a job. My girl needs a job. And Maximus says, MVP May going to wipe you all the competition of the AFC playoffs. And slow it down, baby. Now, Drake May is playing great football. Let's take nothing away from Drake May. Because at the end of the day, Drake May is putting up the numbers. Drake May is getting the wins. Drake May is playing really, really good football. However, Drake May is not the MVP of the NFL. We talked about this last week when the computer was all messed up, yada. There's a clip out there on youtube.com/manhour with that said clip. Saying that Drake May is in the MVP conversation, but he's nowhere near it, right? He's like number 7 out of 10. The MVP this season is going to be Baker Mayfield. It's going to be either Jared Goff or Dak Prescott. That's what it's going to come down to. Because we are fatigued from Josh Allen. We are already fatigued of Lamar Jackson. That is why Lamar Jackson didn't win it last season. Is because we the Lamar Jackson fatigue. And now I think we're on this Josh Allen fatigued as well. But honestly, Patrick Mahomes is the league MVP. Old member says Bo Nix. Like, you can put Bo Nix into that conversation, but Drake May is not winning the MVP. It's just not going to happen. Baker Mayfield MVP. If Baker Mayfield can beat the Patriots this week, and if he could continue to progress without Mike Evans, without Chris Godwin, without Ibuka is I say his name, the rookie. We're going to see how good Baker Mayfield really is coming up here. Wes says, I'm ready to go to Kansas and hunt some pheasant. Quail and pheasant season is Thanksgiving. That's usually when we go hunting. So back when I was a kid, me and my uncle, every Thanksgiving morning would be the first day of our season. Because I think it opened up the week before, but I was usually playing football still. And then like Thanksgiving is when we went quail and pheasant hunting. We went that Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, wore the dogs out. Maximus says the real MVP is George Pickens and Jerry Jeudy. Somebody come get your mans. Somebody come get your mans. We already talked about this, Maximus. Jerry Jeudy sucks. No. Look, we're turning over a new leaf, man. We are turning over a new leaf, and we're not like Jerry Jeudy is average. Jerry Jeudy is a very, very good receiver. Jerry Jeudy is a hell of a lot better receiver than me, than Wes, than Maximus, than Old Man River, than Jerry Jeudy is obviously a lot better than us. But NFL standards, he's average at best. He's like number 22 in the league. So all you people say Jerry Jeudy's the top 2 receiver, shut up. Now George Pickens, okay. I see your George Pickens, and he's doing good things. But then I raise you B. John Robertson. But then I raise you Jonathan Taylor. This could be the year that we finally see a non-quarterback win the MVP. And I would love that very, very much so. And Wes just broke the internet. Shador Sanders going to win the MVP. Shut up. Shut up and get out of here. Shut up and get out of here. That's the wrong one. All right, guys. So the next up here on the cold hard facts is, guys, Kyler Murray is done in Arizona. The cold hard fact is no spin, no excuses, just reality. And the cold hard fact is that Kyler Murray is done in Arizona. This isn't speculation. This isn't drama. This is writing on the wall with permanent ink. The Cardinals are quietly and strategically and very intentionally moving on from Kyler Murray. Guys, here's the truth. Jonathan Gannon keeps saying Kyler Murray is a starter when he's 100%. Kyler Murray is a starter when he's 100%. Let's say it one more time and then maybe people might believe it. Kyler Murray is a starter when he was 100%. But let's just be honest here. On Monday Night Football that none of us saw, Kyler Murray was supposed to play against the Dallas Cowboys. Sunday afternoon scratch. Didn't. Then he was supposed to start against Seattle Seahawks this week. Guess what? He's not. And now all of a sudden, his foot injury, he's now on the IR and will miss at least the next 4 to 8 weeks. Stop it. We see exactly what is going on. This isn't about injury risk. This isn't about a timetable. It's about trade value at the end of the day. Arizona is letting the league think that Kyler Murray is hurt, but healthy enough to still be an asset. They're preserving him like he's a collectible action figure in a glass box. And while they're playing medical mystery game, Jacoby Brissett is out here balling. The numbers speak for themselves. Jacoby Brissett, 286 passing yards per game. Kyler Murray, 107. Jacoby Brissett, 7.7 yards per attempt. Kyler Murray, 6. Brissett, 6 touchdowns to 1 interception. Kyler Murray, 6 touchdowns to 3 interceptions. Offense under Brissett, 25.7 points per game. Under Kyler Murray, 18.8 per game. Third down conversions, it gets 56% underneath Brissett. Under 40% with Kyler Murray. Brissett is doing what Kyler Murray hasn't consistently done in years. That's run the offense effectively, move the chains, and keep the ball moving. And oh, by the way, score points. And then Jonathan Gannon said the quiet part out loud. I like what the offense is doing right now. That is code. We play better without Kyler Murray. And when the coach is talking about the system, efficiency, and long-term clarity this early, the decision has already been made. Guys, Kyler Murray isn't coming back to Arizona. He's not the long-term guy. He's no longer the franchise. Arizona is letting him recover so the tape doesn't get worse. The optics don't get messy and the value stays intact. And then this offseason, bada bing, bada boom, trade. Where? To the New York Football Jets. Book it. Jets need a quarterback. Justin Fields isn't the answer. They need youth, speed, and play extension upside. Kyler wants a franchise that believes in him. Cardinals want flexibility and draft capital. Everybody wins. Arizona about to find their offense without the guy. Kyler gets a reset. This breakup is already happening, and it keeps everything quiet with the paperwork getting ready. Guys, Kyler Murray didn't lose his job because of injury. He lost because the Cardinals found someone who runs the offense better than him. Steadier, cleaner, and less drama. Guys, Kyler Murray is done in Arizona. That's the cold, hard fact. What do you guys think, Man Hour Nation? Do you think Kyler Murray should stay and fight for the job or get a fresh start, and best move for him is away from the Cardinals? Guys, let's get in the comments and discuss your thoughts. Remember, we're live Monday through Friday at 9 p.m. East Coast time, right here at youtube.com/Man Hour. It's a live interactive show, so let's jump into the spots. Old Man River says, what about a trade for Geno? Trade for Geno? Trade for Geno? No. Nobody wants Geno Smith. Nobody wants Kyler Murray. But you know what? The Jets all of a sudden have a plethora of picks. All of a sudden, the Jets have all these first-round picks, all these second-round picks for the next 2-3 seasons, right? I guarantee you the Arizona Cardinals would be happy getting a second-round pick for Kyler Murray at this particular point. And yes, Maximus Brissett is old. Brissett is old, yes. We all know it. But how late did Tom Brady play? How late is Joe Flacco playing? Aaron Rodgers, right? 40 is the new 30 in the NFL for quarterbacks. Now, Maximus goes on and says, we all know the Cardinals will keep and start Kyler till he retires. Arizona is scared to admit that Kyler Murray was a failed prospect through their system. And I would concur with that if they did not let Josh Rosen and their head coach at the time both go for Cliff Kingsbury and Kyler Murray the next season. Arizona Cardinals have let first-round draft picks go because if you guys remember, Josh Rosen was a top 10 NFL draft pick to the Arizona Cardinals. Spent less than 1 year there as a starter. Got the boot. Bada bing, bada boom. See you later, alligator. After a while, crocodile. At the same time, they cut their coach as well. I can't think of the coach's name off the top of my head. And ever since that point, I said, I wish ill will on the Arizona Cardinals every time I see them play. Like, look what you did to Josh Rosen. Now, obviously, Josh Rosen never got a fair shake anywhere else. He had an opportunity in Miami. And then did he go to the Buccaneers? No, he went to the Buccaneers and was a backup to Tom Brady for a few years. And what's his face? Jameis Winston. But never really got a true fair shake. Let's just be honest about that. But guys, do you think Kyler Murray is done in Arizona? Me personally, I think so. All right, guys. So the next cold hard fact: no sugarcoating, no rose-colored glasses, just truth. And the final cold hard fact tonight of the guys is AJ Brown is done in Philadelphia. I don't care what Howie Roseman said in front of a camera. I don't care how many times he says, we love AJ. He's our captain, and you don't trade great players on a championship team. Read between the lines, baby. AJ Brown is done in Philadelphia, period. Now, look, Roseman stood up and said all the right things. It's hard to trade great players. AJ Brown is important to this team. We're excited about the second half of this season. Translation, they didn't get what they offered or they didn't get the right offer for AJ Brown yet. If the right deal came in today, which it can, AJ Brown would be gone today. Let's stop pretending. This man has been frustrated all season long. He's posting cryptid Instagram captions. Use me by not using me. He's visibly upset on the sideline. He has gone from 1,000+ yard receiver every season in Philly to a career low production and shrinking role in the offense. Where there's smoke in the NFL, there's always a moving truck warming up in the driveway. And don't forget, guys, Philly isn't scared to make emotional cuts. They dumped Carson Wentz. They moved on from franchise legends. This is a cold-blooded front office built on assets value, not loyalty. A.J. Brown isn't hefty. Philly didn't get their price. That's the only reason why he's still on the Philadelphia Eagles roster right now. And guys, let's just be honest. The Eagles added pieces everywhere during the trade deadline. They added Jalen Phillips, Jair Alexander, Michael Carter II, more DB help, reinforcement in the front, and adding help at multiple possessions. They're loaded up everywhere except making sure their star receiver is happy. Why? Because they've already made their decision. A.J. Brown isn't a part of the long-term plan. They're focused on defense, pass rush, secondary, front seven dominance. They're building the next era of the roster, and Brown isn't a part of the blueprint. Roseman said it. You don't get rid of guys that you like. No, we won't. Not where we are committed to him long term. Not AJ is staying here. He said it's hard to trade him, but not impossible. When GMs talk like that, they're preparing you. When coaches talk to you like that, they know the writing is on the wall. Guys, the cold hard fact is simple. AJ Brown will not be in Philly next season, period. This relationship is done. The Eagles didn't make moves now because they didn't get the ransom that they wanted. But that clock is ticking. And once the offseason hits, he's gone. New uniform, new situation, new story. Philadelphia is reloading for the future, and A.J. Brown is not a part of it. But Man Hour Nation, where do you think A.J. Brown lands next season? Jets, Steelers, Chiefs, somewhere else? Guys, let's get into the comments and discuss your thoughts. Remember, this is a live, interactive show, so comment down below where you think he will be next season. Maximus says Jalen Hurts can't use a top 3 receiver duo in the NFL. The fact that Hurts has never gotten 400K or 4,000 passing yards a season is insane to me. A.J. Brown should want to leave. He can't have super seasons in Buffalo or Miami. Miami Dolphins will be looking for a star receiver. Tyreek Hill is a free agent after this season. He is obviously a cancer in that locker room. He's obviously not going to be the same explosive guy that he is because, let's just be honest, Tyreek Hill's whole legacy is based off speed and timing. He was never a very good route runner. He could catch the ball, sure, and when it hit him in his hands. But once that's all gone, once the speed's gone and the 17 moves, but Tyreek Hill's average. A.J. Brown to Miami makes sense. Buffalo Bills also makes sense. But then the old man River says to the Rams. A.J. Brown to the Rams. Yes, I could see it. What does Devontae Adams' contract look like? Which is just a 1-year deal? I can't remember if it was just a 1-year deal or not. Down there. But I'm curious. Where do you guys think he's going to end up? But long story short, guys, that is going to be it for today's show. Thank you guys for tuning in. We are officially kind of back to our old realm here. I got a few more things to fix here on the old laptop side. Bada bing, bada boom. I thought they had the computer fixed today, but I did not. Once I got home, it said, no, Buck, I'm not going to work. I'm not going to work. But until then, guys, see you tomorrow. We out.